Improv as if you're actually a tour bus operator, says GP McAdam. Alright. Okay. Okay, everyone. Hello. Hello, everyone. Can I have your attention? Hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you. Attention, please. Thank you. Thank you. Come on. Let me have your attention. No point in paying for me and you're not going to listen. Okay, well, welcome. Welcome to Glasgow Tours. My name's Brian, and I'm going to be telling you about Glasgow and bit of the history, a few interesting things right up to the present day as we drive around Glasgow, having a look about. Now, two things you should know about Glasgow. Was that fucking green? Oh, sorry, I do apologise. Apologise for the language there. If there's any kids on, I do apologise for the language. Us Glaswegians are known for a language, but that one did slip out. I'm not going to make a habit of it, folks. Sorry about that. So, two things you should know about Glasgow. Two things that Glasgow's famed for. Now, obviously, it's not the scenery, as this is the most urban, built up, busy, most populated, largest city in Scotland. It's actually the fifth, I think, largest city, second largest city in the UK, third largest, sorry, fourth. It's the largest in Scotland, but two things are the architecture, fantastic architecture. Secondly, it's the people. You'll find that if you've been already, I don't know how long you've been here in Glasgow, folks, but the people, you've probably noticed a few signs saying people make Glasgow. It's the people of Glasgow that really make Glasgow. Glasgow's famed for its warmth, friendly people. It's often said that if you ask a Glaswegian for directions, they'll take you there themselves, and it's completely true. It's completely true. I can't guarantee that they won't also rob you blind, but I'm just joking. That's another thing Glasgow's got a bit of a reputation for, and I think it's a bit unfair. It's you've probably heard it's a bit rough around the edges, bit of a rough diamond. The people aren't, I suppose, like anywhere, the problem with crime here and there, but it's very much under control. Due to the Police Scotland's initiative, violence reduction unit, they treat violence as basically a health problem rather than a criminal problem, giving these youths an opportunity to get out rather than just throwing them in jail and throwing away the key. Give them an opportunity to try and get out of that lifestyle, because you have to remember a lot of these folk, these youngsters, they're growing up in poverty, they're growing up with peer pressure, and there's really not a lot of alternatives for them, so they're trying to see it as a health concern, really, almost a disease, violence, and as a disease. And it's very much helped. This city that you think you know, no mean city, is very much a thing of the past. So, although we are a city, you know, wouldn't recommend walking through a park at midnight. You know, you might get your bag pinched or whatever, might get hassled off a few youths, I don't know. But the same applies anywhere, I think. Anyway, enough of the bad stuff. I want to tell you about the good stuff. Now, you look around. I started off by saying about telling you about the architecture. You look at some fantastic architecture here. goes back to the something and goes back to the current. It's hard to say. Unfortunately, a lot of the fantastic architecture you see was built on slavery. A lot of the money that came flooding into Glasgow, especially in the merchant city area of Glasgow, is so called because of the merchants, the tobacco merchants. These people got rich quite literally on the backs of people stolen from their land, taken over to America and worked as slaves. And these people in Glasgow have their name on the streets. For example, you have Miller Street. Miller was, I believe, a tobacco lord. They called them tobacco lords. These people made their fortune. If you look up at Park Circus, up in the highest point, one of the highest points of Glasgow, the fantastic houses up there, they're all built using money with slave labour. So Glasgow's very much built on scumbags. Numerous streets. Virginia Street, numerous streets named after tobacco lords and tobacco industry. But, however, Fantagram, thank you very much for the sub. However, as I'm telling you here today, it's very much a city that's facing up to that. Now, although the people who are responsible for those crimes against humanity in the past are no longer with us, the people of today are very much owning up to what's happened, and there have been campaigns to either rename these streets, or at least on the streets have plaques or some sort of information that tells you where this name came from. Let the name, the street name, be their shame. Let the name be the shame. But I have some good news. Don't be too downhearted. We have a place here right in the city centre called Nelson Mandela Square. Nelson Mandela Place. Now, was there anywhere down south that had somewhere called Nelson Mandela Place in the 80s? No, there wasn't. It was the council here in Glasgow that renamed a popular place in Glasgow city centre Nelson Mandela Place. Did you know what they were doing down south in Westminster and in England during that time? You had Thatcher calling Mandela a terrorist. You had David Cameron, Boris Johnson and all his cronies when they were young, t-shirts saying "Hang Mandela." And that's the difference between Glasgow and that lot down there. Hi everyone, it's me again, Brian Lemond, your tour guide for today. Welcome back to the bus. I hope you had time to have your lunch there. I see that not everyone's back on the bus and I have been alerted to why that could possibly be. I did have a few English tourists on who have they told some of your other folk, thank you very much for telling me what they said, that they weren't happy with me saying, referring to them as that lot down south. I just want to apologise on behalf of myself and the company. I was simply referring to the Tories of that time. If any of you remaining English people are Tories, I'm not getting at you either. Remember Ruth Davidson, Scottish leader of the Scottish Conservative and Unionist Party, basically wouldn't be fuck off. What? Basically wouldn't be flavour of the month with Thatcher back in her section 28 or whatever it was era. No, I'm sorry guys, I can't do it. I've been told to say that by the company. If you are a Tory, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. I'm going to have to ask you guys to leave.